Hey there guys, Aarava here, and today bringing another F1 2014 gameplay video, and today we're here for a 50% race around the Singapore Grand Prix as Lewis Hamilton in his Mercedes. We're going to be starting from 22nd on the grid, so right at the back, because obviously the Mercedes is a very fast car, so I thought by starting from the back we may have a more entertaining race here at Singapore, especially a street circuit, you know, with the new 2014 regulations, a lot of torque on these cars. It's not very planted on the rear, even the Mercedes isn't that planted, especially on these street circuits, so it should be very challenging. And I hope I'm not spinning into a barrier, but it looks like to be a two-stop option prime option. We'll see about that. I have a suspicion the tyre wear is going to be very bad, so we'll see if we have to convert to a option prime, but we'll have to see about that. So let's go onto the grid for the Singapore Grand Prix here, 50% race, so still quite a few laps here at Singapore, and here we are, 22nd on the grid in our Mercedes as Lewis Hamilton. And we have got 31 laps here, so quite a long Grand Prix, even for 50% race distance. And we're going to 5 red lights for the Singapore Grand Prix. Here we go. How far can we get up in this Mercedes from the back? And we are off, changing up to second gear after a while, not to spin the wheels too much. Obviously, the rear wheels heat up at the start, but now they're back to normal temperature. We've set the brake bias to the front. That will give us a bit more of a kind of choppy front end in terms of on the brakes. It'll be a bit more responsive. Might be prone to locking up, but I found in this game at the moment it's very hard to lock up. I'd be very surprised if you need to run ABS, even if you didn't run if you did run ABS on 2013. I'll be very surprised if you still need to do it on 2014. It's very hard to lock up on this game due to the new brake-by-wire braking, obviously on the electronic rear brakes. But now we're up to 15th place by the end of first sector basically at the moment. Now can we get up to 14th, overtaking Romain Grosjean? Yes, we can. Get him on the braking very easily indeed, actually. Can we get Kvyat maybe? And maybe Magnussen indeed. Yes, we are. We're going to dive bomb down the inside, and we've got Magnussen and Kvyat. Pretty easy, actually. It wasn't really much of a dive bomb. They were just going very slowly indeed. So we are up to 12th place now in the Singapore Grand Prix. And obviously 31 laps, so pretty long. So we're going to just we're going to pace ourselves. We're in rich mix at the moment. Let's see if we can get another few cars. Maybe Vern and maybe Massa as well down the inside of Massa. We've taken Vern very easily, but we're going to take Massa on the right-hand side, this very narrow part of the track. And looks like we're going to give him the room. We're going to try and go around the outside. He's still very much there, still side by side. So we're side by side with Massa for a fair few corners, but can we get him into the braking zone this next corner? Looks like he's actually got the speed on us at the moment. That Williams is very slippery in a straight line, but we've got him under the braking in second gear on that right-hander. Very awkward right-hander because the traction is horrible off that corner, but we're up to 10th place at the moment now. Cutting on to lap 2 now, and Kimi Räikkönen is off, he's into the barrier, and we're up to 9th place now. So cutting on to lap 2 immediately, we've got some action. Kimi Räikkönen in the barrier on that left-hander, so we're up to 9th place. We've taken advantage of the Iceman crashing into the wall. Don't know what happened there. He maybe lost the rear going into the corner or the brakes, but nonetheless we're up to 9th place now. Cutting on to lap 3, we're behind Jenson Button in the McLaren, and we've opened our DRS flap. Can we get him on the braking? We should do. We have superior braking to him and most of the AI, to be honest. We're side by side, and we've now got him on the exit. We set the purple sector of the first sector, and we're up to 8th place now. Now to time to chase down Nico Hülkenberg in the Force India. Obviously the German knows all too well how to defend, but it looks like he'll be a bit helpless here as we've got DRS. He's got DRS as well, but I'm no match. The Mercedes OP is in full swing here, and I've overtaken him easily for 7th place now into the first corner of lap 4. So Hülkenberg unable to defend from me. Obviously in real life he's very good at defending the likes of Fernando Alonso many a time, but he wasn't able to defend from me that time. Very easy move there. Now we're cutting to lap 6. It's taken us 2 laps to catch up to this very slippery Williams of Valtteri Bottas, but can we get him now? We've opened DRS, getting the slipstream. The slipstream's working an absolute tree here. Can we get him on the outside of the track on the right-hand side? Yes, we can, easily in the braking zone. He actually pretty much yields to us. So maybe Bottas thinking of the long game, just thinking, you know, there's no point in holding me up. I'm going to be much faster. So he kind of just yielded to us. And now we've got onto the end of lap 6, onto lap 7. So the fastest of the Grand Prix so far. I'm going to overtake Sergio Perez while we do it into the first corner. Easy move. Once again, sort of the same move we did on Hülkenberg, except a bit easier. Same thing with Bottas. He sort of yielded to us. So it looks like all these AI cars are very wary, maybe, that I'm in a Mercedes, and that there's no point defending for me. I don't know, but we've set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 147.3. Not too bad for now. Obviously, we're on heavier fuel at the moment with 7 laps into the Grand Prix, so that lap time will come down by the end of it. And now it looks like we've got some work to do to try and catch Rosberg maybe. But I'm actually going to come into the pits now 1 lap earlier than the computer wanted me to. It wanted me to pit on lap 8. I'm going to come in 1 lap earlier because these tyres are starting to struggle. And we're going to go down to lean mix to save some fuel. And we're going to go into the prime tyres, the yellow wall soft tyres. Obviously, we're on the super softs for the option tyres. The engine's going red hot at the moment, but now we cut onto lap 12. Now we've got -2 laps of fuel, you can see on the dash on the right hand side, so we're going to try and save some fuel in lean, going to hit the beeps to try and save some fuel. It looks like up ahead Rosberg is struggling with trying to attack Vern. He's hit Vern. I'm going to go down the inside of Rosberg, and we've been opportunistic there, and we've taken 8th place now. So it looks like Rosberg tried to overtake Grosjean indeed. It wasn't Vern, it was Grosjean. Looks like he tried to overtake Grosjean, hit Grosjean in the process before that hairpin on the right-hander, and so I capitalised on that and went it down the inside of him, so a pretty good move there. Now on to lap 13, we've closed up on Grosjean. Looks like he's got a really lack of downforce through this sector, down to the hairpin now, 2nd gear corner, and we made the move stick for 7th place, so Grosjean, really lack of downforce there, really closed up to him in the span of 3 corners. And so on to lap 19 now, the action never stops. We're up to 3rd place now in the Grand Prix. Obviously people are yet to pit. I'm yet to pit. I think Rosberg and the likes of Grosjean indeed have already pit. I think Hulkenberg behind me in 4th place has already pit. As you can see, I'm struggling on the tyres. The rear is going loose right there, you can see. So it's time to pit soon. As you can see there, just on the exit, traction very poor. We're on optimum fuel, so we're gonna want to go into the standard again. But as you can see, I'm setting the prime tyres to go on the pit stop. So until lap 20 now, at the end of lap 20, we're coming in for our pit stop, and I've set the prime tyres. So the computer wanted us to go option, prime option. Sadly, I just don't think that's going to work. I think we're going to have to go option prime prime. So here we go onto another set of prime tyres. So the game wanting us to go a bit longer on the prime tyres and then go on the options at the end, but not possible. There was just no grip on those prime tyres. You could see on that clip before, you know, the traction was so poor off the rear, even in the Mercedes, which is pretty planted compared to most of the field. Still very hard to keep the rear when your tyres are that warm. And so we're coming out of the pits behind Rosberg, so I'm not too sure. I think Rosberg is on the prime tyre, so he's going to the end, so he's overtaken us. Somehow he's had the pace on his outlaps, on his fresh primes, so we're going to have to try and re-overtake him fair and square on track. And we've got onto lap 23. We're closing in on Rosberg so much now. We've got the fresh tyres, obviously. We've been on them for a few laps now, and we're really closing in on Rosberg now, and let's see if we can try and overtake him. We'll set the fastest sector, the 2nd sector there, by 9/10, so pretty much a second there. So we're flying at the moment. Can we try and overtake Rosberg? We'll have to see. On to lap 24, and there's been a problem. Alonso, safety car. Alonso has crashed. There's a safety car deployed. Okay, first time I've had a safety car on this game, so this will be quite interesting. Safety car's been deployed. We can put it in lean mix. I was on -1 fuel, so I'm going to save some fuel. And now we've cut straight to the green flag. We're up into Rich now on lap 27. Some back markers being overtaken there. Perez, actually, he's not a back marker, so we've overtaken him down the inside there. Side by side, we've squeezed him out. And yes, we've overtaken him fair and square for 5th place. So Perez getting caught up with the back marker indeed on the left-hand side of the track on the restart. And we've overtaken him for 5th place. But yeah, Alonso crashing into that barrier, causing the safety car. So that's the first time safety car for us. And as I'm talking there, we've overtaken Hulkenberg as well around the outside on that left-hander. So we're getting plenty of downforce through that sector compared to other cars. And now we're up to 4th place. Rosberg is 3rd. So this has worked out pretty well. The safety car from Alonso's crash, and Perez getting a call. Oh, what the frick has happened there? What the... Was that Vettel? I think Vettel crashed out. We're 3rd place now. Yes, Vettel has crashed out. So I can't even find time to talk properly about the race because just flying by, Vettel has crashed somewhere. So we're up to 3rd place somehow. So I was just saying, you know, we got very lucky with the safety car from Alonso. Then obviously Perez got caught up in back markers. And then it looks like Sebastian Vettel has crashed in that Grand Prix. As you could see on that left-hander on lap 28, was it? He crashed and he was reversing on track. So we're up to 3rd place now. Rosberg 2nd. And who is winning the race? I think it may be Daniel Ricciardo, in fact, in the Red Bull. And I think we're going to come through for 3rd place. Yes, there it is. Daniel Ricciardo's won the race. Rosberg comes in 2nd. I come home in 3rd. I think that's a pretty solid race. A very entertaining race nonetheless. 22nd to 3rd place in Singapore. Obviously the first time I've done Singapore as well. So pretty good stuff there. 22nd to 3rd on a street circuit. Some very poor traction on the prime tyres and even the options at the beginning. First time I've done Singapore. I must say, pretty good performance there from us for third place to get behind Nico Rosberg. Shame we couldn't get Nico Rosberg. We were in front of him at some stages of the race, but he was able to jump us on the pit stop. But yeah, Fernando Alonso DNF, crashed and caused a safety car, and then at the end on lap 28, you could just barely see it. The highlight went very fast, but Vettel crashed out as well, and that got us up to third place on the podium. So yeah, that was a crazy race, a lot of entertainment, lots of overtaking, action-packed. Couldn't even take a break to really talk about the race normally because there's so much action. So if you guys did like that race, give it a like, comment below what you thought, subscribe if you're new for weekly F1 content. I'm going to try my best to do daily uploads for these next few weeks, guys, so do subscribe for more content. Give it a like if you did enjoy it, and I will see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next time.